Hi everyone, good evening. I have joined for the Saturday Candid Chat series, and people who are new to this project or people who are new on, following me on social media, I would like to tell them what this Candid Chat series is all about. So this Candid Chat is a part of the 10 weeks of Yuktahaar project, and इस सीरीज में बेसिकली आज हम I'm going to just accept the invitation request of only the participants of this project, and there is no such agenda, but what we just do is just talk about our experiences, talk about whatever is there in their heart. So just a very candid talk as it suggests. Project का आखिरी हफ्ता है. This is the 10th week of the project, and that is why this is our last candid chat that we are going to have today. So at least for this project, this is the last that we are doing. So I would like to take a lot of these participants today, and without any further delay, I would like to Monica. So let me see if we can have Monica with us. So the thing is, hi Monica.
Hi.
How
Can
are
you hear me?
Yes, I
Good.
can.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, so people who want to join in live, just like how Monica has done, all you got to do is press the request button, which is on the bottom of your screen. वो आप request भेजिए and I'm going to accept it, and then we can, get live. So we can actually get one more participant live because we can have like 3 people on the screen at one go. So if anybody wants to just share the request, they can do that. So thank you, Monica, for joining in.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I've been reading your progress forms, and I'm just like so delighted with all the different recipes that you are making, and I can really see that you're really enjoying all your haryanvi local cuisine that you are making, and you're sending us all the name of the foods and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I feel that Haryana, in terms of cuisine and apart from the local language and the, I think, a few movies that we have got to credit us for, we are, literally invisible. So, and I realized after reading your book and so many of your recipes, especially rabdi, that I really need to look back inside and bring back those things. So yeah, whatever tips I asked you on, be it white makhan, or be it that rabdi, I tried to make all, and I do not have a weighing scale, but and
Yeah.
plus COVID also, all of us got COVID. So, but we tried to incorporate whatever we could. And the best thing was that the herbal mix that you have recommended, that you boil 1 liter of water and that you put all those
Yeah.
chemicals.
The magic mix.
Yeah, the magic mix. So it's actually a magic mix because my kids Kathak teacher. I have 2 daughters and we all learn Kathak twice a week. And she comes in the evening, and she's a big fond of she's a big fan of green tea. So once this time green tea was over, and I said that why don't I give her this? And she said, "What is this? It's so nice." And now she asked just for that. So I keep aside 1 liter for her that she sips in that 1 hour. Now I do not know if it's recommended or not, but she drinks entirely of that water. She keeps on sipping it rather than having normal water throughout 1.5 hour of dance class, and she says that I feel so nice. Um, so yeah, that's what it is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Monica, can I just take the request of one more person who wants to join in so that, we 3 can chat together? I've tried to accept the request of Megha. So, Megha, if you're here, if you can hear me, I have accepted your request. Hi, Megha.
Hi, Munmun. Hi, Monica.
Hi. Hi, Mika.
So awesome. So, Megha, where are you from? Tell people about you, something about you, so that, we can then get the conversation going.
Yeah. So I am from Agra, and majorly I am from IT background. I'm a Q analyst, and so
Wow.
because it is work from home, so I'm in Agra currently. Otherwise, I was in Gurgaon pre-COVID times.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
Nice. So tell me, how did you guys, got to know about the project or the book or anything that you want to share? Like, who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go. So I would say, Munmun, like this project was this book was a blessing because I have been trying so many diets from so many years, be it keto diet or counting calories, keeping a weighing scale. And
Yeah,
so at this point of time, I was in a state of lot of confusion कि actually मैं करना क्या चाहिए, जो long term में हो.
exactly. Yeah.
So then I saw Tapsi some live. You went on some live chat, and then I started following. And now I would say I am out of so many confusions. And अब मतलब life बहुत easy है, मतलब ना, it is
Yeah.
like very easy, and I am like enjoying it thoroughly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other than that, one thing, I had a lot of gut issue, as in bowel movement. And anytime I would go for a trip or somewhere, so relax होने की जगह मेरे को बहुत tension रहता था इस चीज का. And recently I went for a wedding, and it was very I would say relaxed, और कोई मुझे पता नहीं लगा कि कुछ ऐसी problem थी.
Mm.
So it was like it has been a blessing, and I have lot of conversations with my dadi also कि ये कैसे बनाते हैं, ये कैसे बनाते हैं. So we are trying lot of new things from the book
Amazing. So this live that you saw was of this year or last year?
of this year.
Okay.
Yes. So I
Okay. Nice.
started with the project on I think 9th of Feb this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you are currently in phase 2?
Yes. Phase 2, second week.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
on a weight plateau also. So I had been exercising a lot, and मतलब वो होता है ना कि 1500 कैलोरीज लेनी है, फिर 1200 पे चली गई, फिर बट वेट पे कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. एंड नाउ वेट भी कम हो रहा है, एंड आई एम एंजॉयिंग द फूड ऑल्सो, एंड देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ इंच लॉस ऑल्सो. सो माई पेरेंट्स आर
Yeah.
ऑल्सो लाइक कि अब कुछ फर्क दिख रहा है.
और बच्ची खा रही है. आई थिंक पेरेंट्स आर
हाँ,
वेरी हैप्पी टू सी दैट कि मेजर नहीं करना पड़ रहा है, कुछ भी ग्राम्स मेजर नहीं करना पड़ रहा है, घी खा रही है. सो पेरेंट्स,
yes.
especially of young girls, like when I meet, like even Tapsi's mom is like so happy because Tapsi ultimately started eating everything. So universal, I feel parents को बड़ी खुशी होती है देख के कि बच्चा सब खा रहा है.
Seriously, and
Yeah,
now
and
they're
I'm so glad that I will be able to pass this on to my daughters from a very young age. So I feel grateful that way that, I found you very early in their lives, not mine. And I first came to know of you when you had started, when Tapsi had started sharing about you. I think she started having laddus when she was shooting for Rajni.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when I came to know that, okay, you are there. Then you had announced that you'll be writing the book.
Yeah.
I kept on searching for it. And then, I used to wonder, कि कब release होगी, ये कब release होगी. So I'm more of a book person. So I'm really glad that it came out. And then I remember that you shared an incident about having strawberries fresh in the season while your daughter supposedly is in Mahabaleshwar. So
That's
you shared,
correct.
yeah. So you shared that about that, eating hyper-local things, and relishing those small things that are there with us, rather than going for the fancy things. So yeah, so since then, I'm following you. And it's really nice because I was suffering from the weight issues, of course, there, but more importantly, I used to suffer from acidity. So I would go in really panicking mode if I don't not have anything, early in the morning, and
Antacid.
I would not have, yes, and breakfast, not antacid, but it's like that really needed to have my breakfast very early in the morning. Otherwise, it used to just, send me into tizzy. If I did not eat, तो मुझे बहुत acidity हो जाएगा. और मुझे हो जाता था. But then after I heard you, not before your book also, then, I started having nariyal pani. or the hot water or something like that. And I learned to calm myself, because I remember that you wrote a very nice thing in your book, that you do not nourish yourself only from food.
Yeah,
You nourish yourself from other sources as well. So I told myself that. So I did not know about the weight because I did not have weighing scale, but I definitely feel lighter, within my
yeah,
head and within the body, and I do not have acidity. So I tell myself, my husband, every single day that, you know what, I do not have acidity. I said, yeah, मैं बहुत दिन से सुन रहा हूँ, अब पुरानी न्यूज़ हो गई है. Uh, but I feel that I really need to pinch myself and say that, my tummy is all good. I feel okay. I feel great. And this is, and minus all the medicines. So,
yeah,
so this is something that I'm really going to relish. And simultaneously, I'm just telling my kids, not to eat packaged food. पहले भी मैं
yeah,
biscuits खाता नहीं, but then also now I'm making it a point कि उनको मखाने देने हैं. And there are few things from my family also, that we are doing it right. So it was a good thing कि आपको consolation होता है that whatever you are doing, it's right also. Not all of the things are wrong. So that
yeah,
way, so your book is sort of a guide of, how I want to inculcate those eating habits or small lifestyle habits that I'm sure would help my daughters. So that's the
yeah,
way I, and I
Majorly,
should,
I feel
I'm very thankful for.
this is for lifelong. So it is not
Yeah.
yeah.
like कि थोड़े time के लिए करो और फिर क्या करें
हाँ,
वैसा वाला state.
हाँ.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, ये तो बहुत जरूरी है. Otherwise, I would say that the book or the program is not successful.
Hmm.
क्योंकि I don't want, and it has never happened also. Like, the book is the first book, so I still have to like go ahead and see how people are receiving it. But as far as my one-on-one consultation clients are concerned, I have been like consulting clients for the last 20 years. None of the clients have ever like जिनको मैंने 10 साल पहले जो बोला, they are still continuing it because until and unless there is something that you cannot do for years together, then there is absolutely no point to even start it. I feel कि उसको शुरू करके भी कोई फायदा नहीं है. If there are guys who want to join, please just place the press the request button, and we can take people one by one, so that because I see a lot of people there, but you got to place a request to join, or you can just put it in the comments that you want to join, and accordingly I'm going to take you in. Okay, so Megha, like what are the of course you've said you've got changes in your weight, your inch, and the bowel movements are better, but like does it add anything to your mood and how you feel and all those things?
I would say my sleep quality has improved a lot. So
Mm.
I would like it is like time is fixed now. So I'll get sleep at the same time and I'll get up at the same time. एंड अगर थोड़ा सा लेट भी हो जाए तो मतलब वो मेरी वजह से ही होता है बट इट इज़ लाइक उतने बजे नींद खुल जाती है मेरी
Mm.
एंड अदर देन दैट एनर्जी लेवल्स आर वेरी हाई एंड I would want to add more and more exercises or dance and so energy is very good. And I've also inculcated like you mentioned in the book about flossing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
oil pulling or these are small things but these are very effective. So the day if I
yeah,
miss it also sometime but वो मुझे पता लगता है कि something is missing.
yeah.
So that is something very good.
Yeah, yeah. The haldi thing actually just I feel like मुझे personally ऐसा लगता है just freshens the mouth.
Correct.
Like ऐसा लगता है कि अंदर से the mouth cavity it feels so fresh after the
Oil
you
also,
know.
it's very refreshing.
Sorry.
I'm so the clove oil जो आपने बोला
Yeah,
था,
yeah, 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 yeah,
वो
yeah.
the smell is so nice and so fresh, na?
Refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if I
yeah.
have to travel and if for 1 day or 2 days I have to skip my oil pulling, I just do not like it at all. My my regimen is incomplete, sort of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
yeah, you carry
no,
on.
please go on.
So recently I went for a wedding and there also I carried it, the oil. And so in phase two, we are not eating wheat, whole wheat.
Hmm.
Mm.
So there was a day when in breakfast there was aloo puri. Okay, so but I did not wanted to, go out of it. So then I prepared a chila for myself there in the wedding, and
Wow.
so मेरे को ये था कि what I have achieved अभी तक, I do not want to, अच्छे से 100% करूँ, ऐसा ना हो कि missing a day or फिर. So that was the experience.
Wow, so amazing. That this is really so nice. In fact, so this wedding was like in Agra or it was out of station?
No, it was in Gurgaon.
So you were like basically traveling and आपके घर से तो बाहर ही था ना, like you
हाँ
didn't
जी.
have your own kitchen.
Correct. It was my mama's place. So
Okay.
I thought of eating only aloo in the breakfast. Then I thought कुछ कर ही लेती हूँ. So then I prepared prepared a chila there.
That's really nice. You know, that is what I'm going to do this week, as I said yesterday also. कि ये हफ्ता I'm going to dedicate to things like weddings, like the Holi is coming, तो festival में क्या करना है. So how do you sail through these things in all the phases? आप चाहे phase 1 में हो या phase 2 में हो. Like even if you're traveling, then lunch and dinner तो usually क्या होता है, मिल ही जाता है हमें fresh हर जगह. दाल चावल खिचड़ी, ये तो बहुत बेसिक है जो हम कितना भी ट्रैवल करें हमें मिल ही जाता है. इवन इफ यू आर ट्रैवलिंग अब्रॉड फॉर दैट मैटर, यू डू गेट दैट. बट जस्ट द बेसिक ब्रेकफास्ट और थिंग्स लाइक दैट जो हम शायद कुछ कैरी कर सकें इफ वी आर ट्रैवलिंग. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल सत्तू पाउडर which is very much good for phase 2 and phase 3 में तो खैर है ही because phase 3 is all inclusive. So sattu powder is something that I personally carry a lot if I travel. And I'm talking about wo chana dal wala sattu powder. And you just got to mix it with maybe water. Water to har jagah hai, and you can put those salt and nimbu and whatever you want to, make it more flavorful. And it becomes like a good meal at least for, the smaller meals that we want to have. So things like that, those kind of ideas is something I thought I'll share in this coming week so that traveling hai, weddings hai, is tarah ki jitni bhi cheezein hai, so we know, what are the things that we can do, what are the tweaks we can do. But I'm really proud of you, Megha. I mean, this is like really, really, encouraging and inspiring to be able to use someone else's kitchen in a wedding and actually prepare the things.
So I think it would be very helpful because on 20th I'm traveling also. So मैं सोच रही थी कि क्या क्या करना चाहिए, in hotels we will not get everything. So I've just mentioned to the person who is organizing to, have something gluten free. But I think your life would be very helpful for that also.
Yeah. And so we are planning to, I'm also actually planning to put up an entire plan for Holi, for example. So as a creative, or as a post, so you guys can, download it and keep it with you. And, you will know basically how to, go ahead with all these kind of real situations, jo hai. So,
that will
so,
be.
yeah. So Monica, you were saying something, and there are a few requests from people, but I'm not sure if you guys are participants of the project, and that is why I'm not kind of accepting. I'm not sure if Mansi is a participant of the project. I'm not sure if these are new people who have joined. So, if I'm not if I'm mistaken, then please let me know in the comments. आप यहाँ पे comment में add कर सकते हैं because there are very new people who have joined and जो कई हफ्तों से हमारे साथ हैं उनके नाम तो अब मुझे रट गए हैं. But जो नए हैं उनको I might have still not registered. So if I'm really missing you out just because I'm thinking कि आप participants नहीं हो, then please let me know in the comments. Yeah, Monica, you were saying something.
I'm saying that you talking about this thing gluten free से मुझे याद आया you had written that दही में जो हम जैसे हम भटूरा बनाते हैं तो that becomes gluten free if you let it sit for some time and it was so liberating. मतलब मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि जब भटूरे हम खाते हैं बच्चों को मैं खिलाती हूँ they like it so much. But now when I made them, I was sort of relieved कि ठीक है this is also good. And then I learned to make neer dosa. So my kids also loved it. That is also nice. So the kind of things that you have told us in terms of, I'm not sure if I get the term right, prebiotics or fermentation, all those things. So the list is so exhaustive and yet it is so common to my own kitchen. कि ये भी होता है ये भी आप खा सकते हो. So you know, I did not have to go extra because I remember जब lockdown शुरू हुआ था, I felt wow, this is a good time. Office नहीं जाना रहेगा. So you know, why not me hire a dietitian and weight lose कर लेती हूँ फटाफट से क्योंकि जब भी मेरी delivery हुई है, I have retained that weight.
Okay.
So that the dietitian told me, I remember she scolded me first for everything that I do. मैंगो शेक पीते हो, रात को पियोगे. तो मैंने कहा ये तो मैं बचपन से करती हूँ, ये नहीं छोड़ सकती मैं. फिर मैं गुड और बैड. एंड देन यू नो शी विल से घी और फिर मक्खन भी खा रहे हो आप तो, और आप फिर ये भी कर रहे हो वो भी कर रहे हो. फिर मैंने कहा यार मैं आम कैसे छोड़ू गर्मी में, यू नो. सो शी सेड कि अच्छा सुबह खा लो, वीक में एक बार खा लो. मैंने कहा यार मतलब आई डोंट थिंक वी आर कनेक्टिंग. एंड यू नो maybe it's my bias, but I actually looked through the whole list of dietitians and I thought I should, you know, be aligned with somebody who is near to my state so that she would understand what seasons means and what mangoes and मूंगफली means in winter ऐसे करके.
हाँ, मतलब आम का कितना बड़ा रोल है हमारे जीवन में पता होना चाहिए.
हाँ, तो मैंगो ठीक है मैंगो शेक बनाओ बट डू गो विद डेट्स. एंड यू नो व्हाट, इन द पीक ऑफ मंथ्स ऑफ मे आई हैड माय मैंगोज विद डेट, आई हैड दैट शेक और मेरा पेट गड़बड़ हो गया, मतलब अच्छा खासा गड़बड़ हो गया. और फिर उसके बाद व्हेन आई स्पोक टू माय डॉक्टर ही सेड कि खजूर बहुत गर्म होते हैं और आप उसको आम के साथ मिलाकर खा रहे हो तो आपको क्या होगा, मतलब आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हो. आई मतलब आई थिंक आई वाज जस्ट अ फ्यू moments away from getting admitted into the hospital in the peak of COVID. तो that is when I decided कि अब dieting मुझसे ना हो पाएगी. So when you recommended things that are closer to what I feel and you know how I live my life, तो मुझे लगता भी है कि जैसे छोटे बच्चों का बोलते ना ये तो आप कर ही रहे हो आप ये भी कर लो. So that's how it was. So that's what it was. And makhan is something that I've been loving ever since I was a kid. मुझे मक्खन बहुत पसंद है. तो जब आपने बोला कि मक्खन खाओ मेरे को लगा वाओ, मैंने पूरा और आपने बोला था दारू नहीं पीनी है तो आई जस्ट टुक माय आइस बकेट एंड आई फिल्ड इट विद मक्खन एंड केप्ट इट इन द फ्रिज.
मक्खन इज इन फैक्ट अ वेरी ग्रेट फर्मेंटेड फूड टू इंक्लूड. उसको अगर अच्छे से बनाया जाए तो इट्स लाइक टीमिंग विद लाइव माइक्रोब्स. You know, so it's something very, very good for the gut, for the body, for the skin, for the hair, for everything.
Yeah. And my friends were like, seriously, is that your ice bucket? And you're using it for your makhan. Yeah, it looks so nice. Crystal cut bucket ऊपर तक मक्खन से भरी हुई है. So it's like your Haryanvi dream coming true. Absolutely.
Awesome. So I have Tulsi here and I'll accept Tulsi. Monica, it was great speaking with you. I'll just have to you know, drop you off and I'll accept Tulsi here. She is wanting to join. Thank you so much for joining, Monica, and sharing your experience.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So Tulsi is here and I'm going to go live with Tulsi, and of course we have Megha here. Mansi is also wanting to join, but Mansi, if you can just let me know if you are a participant of this project or not. I'm not very sure. Hi Tulsi, oh my God. I mean, just look at you.
I got a haircut today.
You got a haircut, you are like looking like another person. So, I mean, this is like Tulsi. Okay, let me introduce you. Tulsi is the one who's lost like almost 11 kgs in this project. And she's the one who had sent a picture to me of her engagement ring finally fitting her. And she's a mother of 2 kids. And unka engagement ring is like fitting. And she's like, I mean, she's a changed person because I've already like done a chat with her, and at that time I saw her, and today I see her, I feel she's like a different person altogether.
Exactly. So I wanted to actually, I tried to stay awake today because I wanted to join and say thank you, Munmun. Seriously, thank you for really changing my life. And I mean, like, I'll tell you, I think I wrote it in my review as well. I had lost credibility with my family, my friends. If I told them, okay, you try this diet, you try that diet, I'm doing this diet. So I had literally lost credibility with them if I told them about any new diet. And so when I started with your thing, like in 2-3 weeks, I was telling really follow this. I amazing. They were like, "Huh, whatever." But just last week, I took like a before and after photo, and I sent it to my parents. And my sister's calling me. She's like, "What is this that you're following? You please send me." Started. She made her husband also start, and they both started.
Your voice is breaking, Tulsi. Can everybody hear her, or is just me?
No, it's breaking in between.
Okay, is it
Yeah,
better now?
Yes.
yeah. It seems no, it's fine. I don't know if you can change your place, or if it's fine, it's fine. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. So like I was saying, my sister decided to start the program, and she's been
Yeah.
like reading and trying to do it as well. And then she called me after 1 week, and she's like, "I lost 3.5 pounds," and I'm like, "Oh, amazing!" So I mean, if anybody is listening and is on the fence, I just want them to say, like, your your body, your life actually deserves this. So thank you. I mean, I can't wait, because I'll tell you one thing. I went through, like, I wrote in my form that I couldn't fill it out on time because my grandfather had passed away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my routine was a bit disturbed for a few days, and soon after that my house was getting renovated, and so my kitchen was not, like, we were not being able to use the kitchen to cook and stuff, and I ate out for 2 or 3 days, like, and I still lost weight. So the learnings from the program that I was able to, like, implement. Otherwise, if if I had done any other program before, they'll be like, "Oh, you can't eat, you have to stick to salad, or you have to stick to smoothie or drink or fruits or whatever rubbish thing would be there." But then I would be like, "Okay, if I want to eat out, I might eat idli, or
Yeah.
idli or dosa or something." So I was trying to manage it, and I was feeling so guilty. But then I was like, but actually I'm losing weight. So why am I feeling like, I can
Guilty.
get rid of this connection of guilt with eating out, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the everything that I have learned, I just literally stop eating when I'm full. And my husband is looking at me and he's like, "You're going to waste all this food?" I said, "You can pack it if you want, but I'm not going to eat any more than I'm like, I'm not going to eat more just because it's there, and
Yeah.
finish it off." So yeah, I mean, I cannot praise this program enough. And I think, like, I guess the biggest review that I can give is the change that I have seen in myself. Like, I don't even need to tell people, and, like, people will come to me and ask me, saying, "What are you doing? Can you please tell me?" So now I no longer need to go and do prachar to anybody. People are just asking me, "What are you doing? Can you please share your secret?" And then I'm like, then people are actually also willing to listen to what I have to say.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it'll just be like, "Oh, yaar, she's on to one new something else,"
Diet.
kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
and
So amazing.
yes, I told my husband, I said, "Today is the last. This is the last week." And my
Yeah.
hairdresser wasn't going to be there for next week, so I said, "I'll better go and get a haircut to give myself a present."
Yes. Completely, like a complete makeover, as they say.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, but Tulsi, I want to touch upon that part. I'm going to take that liberty. I don't know how comfortable you would be talking about, on a public platform. But, weight loss is, of course, important because it improves the quality of your life. It boosts your self-confidence. It gives you a lot of good health also. It's just not about aesthetics and stuff. But other than that, that part is there. That I think you also told me that so many people are texting you trying to figure
Yes.
out how did you lose this 11 kgs. And so Tulsi actually, she messaged me once, like on Instagram, of course, on DM, that I got this extra publicity because, you know, I just reposted her story about her
Yes.
engagement ring fitting in, and she was like, "You've made me famous," and everybody's asking me how this happened. So all of that is there, Tulsi. But I want to touch upon that bit where you had mentioned to me once, of course, in the progress
Yes.
form, about you know, you feeling very, you know, depressed
Yes.
and completely like thinking of going to a therapy somewhere, I think in December or January, I mean, just
Yes.
before you got to know about the book. So if you can just tell people about that, because I think that is a very important aspect apart from, you know, weight loss, which of course is there and it's important health wise also, but anything about mental health, if you're
Yeah.
comfortable, I mean, there's no pressure.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks for reminding me because I rather like, yes. So I think, like I said, I was always on some kind of diet. So I think just before New Year's, I had come off, I had been on the calorie counting diet and then
Right.
measuring everything and doing it. And then it didn't work out. So I went and I did like a whole, like just green vegetables and protein diet. And that also didn't work out. And I was like so like depressed, and I had come back from holidays. I had checked my weight, and I don't know how many people feel it. Like sometimes you go through a phase, at least for me it was that you go through a phase like abhi kind
Tulsi,
of
we
thing.
lost you. We
Lost you for
lost
a
you in the
minute.
middle.
Can
Yeah,
you
you
hear
said
me?
something. You came back from holiday and then?
Yeah, and then I weighed myself, and I was like back to like whatever 1 or 2 kilos also I had lost. I was back, and I was like, yaar, now though I have lost full hope. And I spent 2 days not getting up from the couch. Like I was so like I had just given up sort of thing, and I was like, I think I need to see someone about my state because I have 2 kids. I cannot just afford to not get up and do things for them
Right,
or be there
right.
for them. So I was a bit depressed, and I mean, I can't say I was depressed, but I just lost motivation to get up. And so I asked a friend of mine if he knew someone, knew a professional, and he sent me a number. So I messaged the lady and I said, "Can I make an appointment?" And I think she had something going on, so she was just like, can we meet after 2 weeks or something? And then that night, I remembered about your book, and I downloaded it on Kindle and started reading it. And then, I read about it, and then and then I saw your announcement that you're going to be running the program, and I started doing everything, and I was like just amazed. And I think 2 or 3 weeks after the therapist reached out to me, she said, do you still want to make an appointment? And I said, I'm actually feeling much better. And I told her that I'm working on this program to like do gut healing and, cleansing and
Hmm.
all of that. And she said, actually, there is, she said, actually, sometimes just looking after your gut can have immense impact on your mental health. So she said,
Correct.
like she said, see how you go. I feel like my voice is like shivering while I'm talking about it. But yeah, she said, see how you go. And, she said, you might just feel better and realize that you don't need to see a therapist. And it's true. Like, I have so much energy now, and like earlier I would be like, no yaar, I don't want to go for a walk to the park, and I'm just like so tired. I just want to relax because I live in like I don't live in India, so I don't have the help and all of that, right? So I have to do
Yeah,
everything by myself, cooking, cleaning, and
yeah,
everything else.
yeah, yeah.
So
The list is long.
yeah, so the minute you feel like you have free time, you just want to sit and relax. But then I have kids, so they are like, Mommy, now you're free, let's go to the park. And I would be like, so, like, I don't want to, but now it's like, okay, you want to go to the park? Let's go and walk to the furthest park so I can get a walk as well. So, yeah, that's how it is. So, yeah.
Amazing, yeah, Tulsi. Very nice. So, guys, Tulsi is from Australia, and you know, a few people I remember they wrote to me on emails actually that oh, this is, how do we get these herbs? How do we get this Indian food? And how do we get this? I mean, we have another girl we have a lot of people actually from outside India in this project. If I have to name everybody, it's like quite a long list. But I just want to kind of, represent them as people who are like living outside India and everything is available. I mean, we live in such a global world these days that I somehow find it very funny to even hear things about availability. बहुत बार तो ऐसा होता है that my NRI clients tell me कि अगर हम इंडिया में होते, because from जब वो इंडिया में जिस जगह से थे, like उनका जो native जगह है, it was probably a 1 tier or 2 tier city. तो अगर हम इंडिया में होते तो उल्टा हमें ये सब चीजें मिलने में तकलीफ होती, compared to me living in US or UK or Australia and stuff. But even like a 2 tier city also, I will say that everything is doable. I mean, ऐसा कोई चीज है ही नहीं program में where availability is a concern. I think it's just a matter of doing a little bit of research. जो हम अपने matching shoes और matching purse और matching clips के लिए कर लेते हैं, but we find it very difficult to find things for our health. Megha, what do you want to add? Like, Megha is from Agra and we have Tulsi here, who is from Australia. So, very people from different locations. So tell me, Megha, what do you want to add? We'll just wind up soon. It's time.
So to sum up is, as Tulsi was talking about, so there is अभी कभी बाहर भी जाओ या कुछ भी हो, so there is no feel of guilty at all कि कुछ खा लिया या कुछ, so that thing is gone. And I think that is something very good for the mental health also कि कुछ मतलब I'm always happy, in a happy mood, सब सही है, and that is a good thing. And about the stomach, I think now I'm more conscious, the thing that you have talked about spar. So वो पहले से पता नहीं लगता था कि क्योंकि कैलोरी काउंट करा, इतना खाना ही है, ऐसा प्रेशर होता था. बट नाउ कि अब इससे ज्यादा नहीं खा सकती मैं. सो दैट इज समथिंग, आई फील इट इज मैजिकल कि ये ऐसे ऑलरेडी था बट पता नहीं था कि ऐसा होता है इन आवर सिस्टम, इन आवर बॉडी. So I would say I'm very, very grateful to you and to the book, to the wisdom, and the way you have talked about Bhagavad Gita and everything in the book. So I relate to it a lot. So I'll be following it and I'm already recommending it to people. So,
Thank you so much. Tulsi, what would you say before, winding it up?
Yeah, I don't know, Munmun, how to thank you. Like, if I come, definitely come to see you because I have to thank you, because this has been like life changing and I'm just like getting started right this year.
Your voice is breaking, Tulsi. Your voice is breaking.
Like, can you hear me now? Yeah. So like I was saying when I joined you for the live last time, right? This year I'm turning 40 and my goal was to make my health and my thing like #1 priority. So I'm only like just getting started. So, but I'm so glad that I have discovered this because I'm never ever going to entertain like any other point of view with regards to what I should eat and what I should not eat. Like I feel so much more confident even for my kids, like just and I think the #1 learning, like I see my son, right, when he's 20 months, when I'm feeding him, the minute he's done eating, he turns his face away. And he will refuse to put another spoon in his mouth. And I'm like, this is so ingrained. But at some point, like, I think whatever it is, parents and teachers or someone will say, okay, whatever is in your plate, you have to finish. Kind of thing. And it's like, okay, please don't force kids to eat. They know how much is enough, and don't force them, because I think that is where unhealthy habits with eating start to develop.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, it's not only strengthen my relationship with food, but I will make sure that my kids have a healthy relationship and that is probably
with food,
that is probably the biggest. I think the gift is not from you, not to me, but even to my, like, it's passing on to my children. So really that I mean, I can't even put it in words or measure the impact that it has had So, today I got one auntie to come home for to make chakli and puri and thepla. My husband is like, all this is fried food, but I said, but look at it, it's without preservatives, you know. So my kids will be eating food which is not got any preservatives in it, and I was like throwing out all the packaged foods, because I said for 10 weeks
Yeah.
I have sustained the temptation, and now it's about time you guys listen to me. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, sorry, I can't sum it up, Munmun, in 2 or 3 lines, but I just, the impact that knowledge transfer has had is just, it's going to last for a long time. So thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I mean, thank you for putting your faith in this project, in the book. And I'm for sure going to miss going live every evening, 6 p.m. I mean, it has become a routine. There are times when I go live from my office. There are times when I go live from my house, like on a Sunday, and I'm doing the live from my house. There was a time when I was traveling. I just took a short 2 to 3 days holiday, and I was literally doing the live on the road, putting my mobile that holder on the bonnet of the car. So it's like everybody around me has just like gotten so used to the 6 p.m. thing that it's not only me but everybody around me, like my team, my daughter, my whoever is like with me, my driver. Everybody knows कि 6 p.m. क्या होता है, and everyone is just going to like miss it now.
We will
कि
miss it too.
6 बज गए and there's no live happening. So I'm really going to miss you all. And it has just been such a lovely decision if I look back, because I was really contemplating, if I should be doing this, going live every day at 6. I thought, I don't know if I'll be able to sustain, but I think I just made the best decision of my life.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
I think we'll miss it too every day, 6 p.m.
No, we are going to continue this in some way or the other for sure. So we'll keep crossing the path. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Prachi. So Prachi says we'll miss you too, and I'll miss you too, Prachi. And as I said, we are going to continue this journey in some way or the other. If not live, then at least in some other way. So I'll just, I don't know. So there's this one thing I think I can take now, and then we'll just say bye-bye. So Anjali wants to ask if we can do TBBD twice a year. The answer is yes. Like you have already read in the book, Anjali, and you mentioned it. So it is yes, and I'm going to cover all of this in this last week. जो भी आगे के हमारे 5-6 sessions बचे हैं, I'm going to cover all of this. So I'm going to discuss this in detail about the weddings, Holi, travels, everything. I'm going to discuss this in the coming few days. Okay, so I'll meet you tomorrow, guys, 6 p.m., same time, same place. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys, for joining and everybody for listening to us.